Hello everyone, this is the second video to help you search for articles. Now that you've seen what the corporation you've chosen says about themselves by looking at the website, you also want to look and see what others in the same industry are saying about the company itself and address some of the questions that you are exploring. So I've listed a few things here on the guide. The first three here are all library databases, and just like with Hoover's, you'll need to, if you're accessing them from off campus, you'll need to do the logins. You need to go through the login process again, but as I said, very simple. And remember, these are all databases that you can access from anywhere, anytime. You'll just need to log in and always go through your resource guide or through the library website to get to them. Don't go onto Google and go to ProQuest.com. You will not be able to access the database at all. So these are pretty easy to search also, but like I said, I want to walk you through it a little bit because they're different than searching Hoover's. The first one I'm going to show you is ABI Trade and Industry. This is a database that has business periodicals and newsletters with a focus on a particular trade or industry, as it's called, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And you'll see it is ProQuest does own it. So when you search in ProQuest, which is right here, this is just a larger version which has magazines and newspapers and journals from all areas and doesn't just focus on trade and industry. So we're going to start with trade and industry since you are looking for company, and you want to use your keywords. So the first thing I would suggest, of course, is to type in the name of the company that you're researching. And what might be helpful is if you drop down to this option right here, company and organization. You might, if you don't get many results, you might want to change that and set it back up to anywhere except full text. But start with that. It might help focus it a little bit. I'm going to look and see what if I can find some articles that talk about Coca-Cola and sustainability, since they talk about that quite a bit on their website. So I'm just going to use the word sustainability, and this is basically going to do a search which will look for articles that have both Coca-Cola, the company, and sustainability in the record. And a very important piece here is to check this box full text. That will ensure that you get the full article and not just the bibliographic information, that is the title, the author, the name of the publication, and the date. You want to have the full article to work with. So let's do a search and see what we get. So we had 127 results. That's okay number, a little bit more than I usually would look for, but it's a start. You are going to then browse through the list of titles and see what jumps out at you, anything interesting. If you want to make that list a little bit shorter, you could use the source type to limit it. For example, you could just select trade journals, and then you'll only get articles that come from journals that relate to that particular industry that Coca-Cola is in. And I just did that and knocked it down to 74th, so that's kind of an easier list to look at. I'm going to open this first one just to show you what it looks like. Go ahead and click on the title, and here you have the summary. An abstract is the summary of the article, and here's the article right here. It's pretty short. If I want this article, I can email it to myself, which I would highly recommend doing. If you find some good articles, go ahead and email it to yourself so it's in your inbox and you don't have to go back into ProQuest or back into Trade and Industry and try to find it again. You also can print right from here. Okay? So pretty easy to use. This link right here gives you details. This is information you will need for creating your citation. If you do take information from any source, you need to cite your sources. And I know you're using an MLA format, but here it has the information that you need. You can see the title of the article, the name of the publication, the year that it was published. So that's all the essential information. Okay, I'm going to close that out. As I said, ProQuest is just bigger, with more periodicals in it. If you don't find anything in Trade and Industry, I would suggest going into ProQuest. You'll get a lot more results. So you can try searching that. I've also added some websites that might be interesting. It's going to be a little more hit or miss in terms of the information that you find, but you can probably just do an internal search. So here's an example, is Bloomberg. And probably the easiest thing here is I'm just going to do a search on Coca-Cola, see what I get, see what kind of articles. And here's an example of, this is probably not something we would find on the Coca-Cola website, which is why you want to look for articles that are outside of the company to see what they're saying about the company. And I'm just quickly open it up. So this is kind of interesting.
Hey, hon.
And of course you also get
I gotta
ads.
go.
Let's get rid of that. But that's why you do want to look for other articles. Okay, so you can just go in and use the internal search for those. I've also just put a feed from CNN Money. You might stumble on something that's about the company you're looking at. This is a feed that will change on a regular basis. Okay, I think that's it. And again, if you have any questions or problems searching the databases, please let me know. Bye-bye.